Can you count the number of times you were, as a student, made to speak in public in school? I'm sure you can count it on your fingertips because we were hardly ever given the opportunity to speak in public. In my school, the prefects got a chance to say, do the Bible reading in the morning, or speak in public, or talk about a topic, or go for debates. They were the best of the best. I was an average student. I never got a chance to participate in a debate or say an elocution competition or anything where I got to face the public. But in today's world, it is very important because what we learned as students, we simply mugged up answers. And even today, students are doing exactly the same. They are mugging up answers, whereas the world has reached light years ahead. Today, we can find all the answers to all the questions on ChatGPT. Why do we need to mug up these questions and answers? We don't need to. We need to know, how do you speak to a friend? How do you ask for help from a friend? How do you engage an audience when you're speaking? When you go outside for a gathering, you need to know what topics to talk about. What is it that will make them think? But students are not taught about this. In fact, the problem right now, it's even worse. Imagine, I, as a Gen Y, or maybe a Gen Z, I don't know who I am, but anyway, as a Gen Y or a Z, today I am preferring WhatsApp texts over calls, and I'm preferring calls over physical meetings. Why? Because technology has screwed our human-to-human connection. Yeah, it has done, a lot more also, that is good, but human-to-human connection, it has screwed up. And if you want to reignite this human-to-human connection, we need to start from the very basics. Forget about what's happened to X, Y, and Z. Do remember it, but let's not talk about it right now. Right now, let's talk about how are we going to shape the next generation, the Gen Alphas, the Gen Betas, and the younger Gen Zs. How are we going to shape them? You can shape them in 3 steps. Number 1, speak to their school teachers. I have made a separate video also on this, but it's essential that you as a parent go and speak to their school teachers. It's so important. And when you go, right, don't be that parent who is going like this in front of the school teacher, and the teacher is telling you why you as a parent, you're not focusing on your child at home and your child is doing his homework. Please don't be that parent. You as a parent, go there with strength. Ask that teacher that why has my child not performed in subjects like mathematics? It's your job as a teacher to improve my child. Forget about communication. I know it's not there in your school syllabus, all right, but history is there, mathematics is there. You have not worked on my child on that? What's your excuse as a teacher? You as a parent, it's your responsibility to ask the teacher these questions. Second, do you remember when we as children used to recite poems and stories in front of our uncles and aunts, or maybe draw a painting? That painting only had mountains and a sun and 2 stick figures, right? But we gave that painting to your aunt. It was a moment that people looked at us and, they applauded us. Understand, children, they learn far better when they are awarded for good behavior rather than punished for bad behavior. So don't punish your child for bad behavior, but award him for a good one. It will create a psychological effect in his mind, and every time he'll want to do good. So something good can be, maybe he recites a poem really well. Applaud him. Maybe he recites a story really well. Applaud him. You will be able to identify his strengths and his weaknesses early on, and you can address him and address them very carefully in a SMART action plan. I have a separate video on SMART action plan. It's a reel. You can watch that too. Lastly, a book consultation with me. Today's education scenario is not good. Your child is unique. Every child is unique, and a unique child requires a unique approach. You can't have your child in a classroom of 60 or these days 30 or even 20 people. You can't have your child in a classroom of 20 and expect him to outperform. It's not going to happen. He is built in a different way. He is facing a different problem. Maybe he's really good at history but really bad at math. Maybe he's very good at both but he's not able to express himself in writing. That's written communication. There's a problem in that. Maybe he's not able to speak verbally. It's a verbal communication problem. And you as a parent and as a teacher both are failing to identify this problem. And you all are chickens, headless chickens roaming out, addressing what t-shirt your child must wear or what frock your child must wear. It doesn't matter. What matters is, what are his weaknesses right now? What are his strengths? How will you leverage his strengths and reduce his weaknesses? And that's what really matters. So you as a parent, your responsibility is to book a consultation with me. Let me meet with your child and identify his strengths and weaknesses, and let's prepare a weekly action plan for you as a parent and also for your child's school teacher. And it's your job as a parent to ensure that your child's school teacher implements this action plan. If need be, take a day off and sit in the classroom with the teacher and check whether she is implementing this action plan. All you parents must start doing this. You are paying the school lakhs and lakhs and lakhs of rupees. For what? To give you a mark sheet at the end of the year and tell you that your child is weak at math? I know it. Your child is weak at math. Why is your teacher supposed to come and tell you? You as a parent know it, right? It's the teacher's responsibility to improve him, but they're not doing that. So take the reins in your hands, book a consultation with me, and let me identify your child's strengths and weaknesses. Let me prepare a weekly action plan, and you implement it as a parent and give it to the teacher to implement it as a teacher. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.